Make sure you wash your hands before you start cooking. It's really important, not just during this pandemic, but all the time. Or you'll have a personal pandemic in your house when somebody gets sick. We're not going to sing, washy, 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 washy. We're not going to do that.
Good.
All right. Okay. We are going to get started with our cooking show right now. I wanted to say this is a low budget cooking video, but this is our very first pandemic cooking show. We're just filming this from home. I wanted to share a couple things about what we're going to cover today. First of all, I love to have a cooking environment that has flowers in it. Just love flowers. I went out and actually cut some flowers out of our garden. These are daffodils that have come up. And it just, for me, just cooking in an environment that's like that is cheerful, and it just kind of puts me in a better mood when I'm cooking. The other thing about cooking, you have to be willing to take a risk when you're cooking. That's just how it goes. Some things are going to turn out really good. Some things are going to turn out really bad. I remember the first time I started thinking about asking Melinda out, working towards taking a risk to ask her out. And I finally got up enough nerve to do that. And it's been awesome. But you just have to look at risk to reward. You just have to keep trying. You just have to keep trying. And then I want to say this too. Sometimes you might like to personalize some of your recipes. I'm going to, if this turns out well, if I get at least 2 likes, I'm looking for at least 2 likes on this. If I get at least 2 of them, I'm going to do a meatloaf recipe that I've tried meatloaf about 5 times, and I finally got one that works. So you just have to be willing to do that. Maybe there's some recipes just because of what you're doing in life that you like it. Let those things inspire you to just try making some. I know our family, when our kids were really little, Melinda and I were looking for something new for our family to do, and one Christmas we decided to buy tickets for us to take a trip to the Carousel Dinner Theater that used to be up by the blimp hangar, and it was for Rebecca's birthday. And we all went up there, and all of them ordered chicken cordon bleu, and they loved it. And all the rest of the trips that we made there before it closed, they ordered chicken cordon bleu. So one day when I decided, hey, you know what, I think I'll mess around with cooking, I decided to try chicken cordon bleu. There's several things that I learned in the process, and I'm going to share those with you as I get started cooking here today. One of the first things I learned, and I'm going to start taking the toothpicks out and sticking them in the styrofoam. The reason I'm doing this is because as you're making this dish, sometimes your hands get dirty. And I like to take the toothpicks out. First time I didn't do that. I contaminated, wiped out probably 100 toothpicks fighting around with goop on my hand trying to get the toothpicks and put them in the chicken. So I get the toothpicks out and I just stick them in the styrofoam there, and I space them out so I can just grab them real easy. First time I did this, I just went to the store, bought chicken, thought, okay, I'll just thin it out myself. I put it on a cutting board like this. I beat on that. I pulverized it till it was so thin you could barely roll it. You couldn't roll it. It was terrible. I tried slicing it. Then one day I was in the store and I looked up and I realized they make thinly sliced chicken. That is so much easier. So make sure you purchase thinly sliced chicken. That helps. And talking about things that need to be sliced thin, you're going to need to have some ham, and you're going to need to have some cheese for this recipe. Now you can switch up the ham. Today I'm using maple ham. I just like the sweetness of it. But if you want Virginia or whatever type of ham you like, remember, whatever meat you use will change the taste of the chicken cordon bleu. Today I'm using Swiss cheese. But both of these, as you can see, I had them thinly sliced. The very first time I did it, I just went in and bought sandwich sliced meat and cheese. Once I put them on the chicken, I couldn't even roll it up. It was so thick I couldn't get it rolled to where I could stick a toothpick in it. So a couple tips there. So your first time out, you can get right past the rookie mistakes. Those were definitely rookie mistakes on my part. And so today, as I get started, I put the thinly sliced ham on the chicken. I like the cheese, so I'll double up the cheese. But just remember, now, before you roll this, if you want salt and pepper on it, you need to go ahead and salt and pepper it now. And I've got my lovely wife, Melinda. This is Melinda. This is my lovely wife, and she's putting the salt and pepper on it for us. Now I'll take this, and you got to hold it pretty tight when you get started, and you kind of keep track of the cheese and the ham, because you want to get it up to a point where you can bring that last piece up and reach out, take your toothpick, and then you poke the chicken through, okay? And that just, no, that doesn't do that, okay? Now, I'm gonna switch over to this one because that one turned out so bad. These are how these videos go. At first you don't succeed, you do again. Oh, look how well this one's going. I was at the National Cemetery one time, watched the guys try to fold the flag. They kind of had a couple mishaps with it. So this kind of stuff happens, but you can see I got that one and it's rolled up real nice, has a toothpick in it. So I'm gonna quickly just repeat. I'm going back to this guy because I'm not a quitter. See, there's a lot of leadership and life type lessons you learn along with cooking. So here we go. We're not gonna quit on this guy. We're just gonna sneak up on him a little differently. All right, thank you.
Tell them about the toothpicks.
The toothpicks, oh yeah, I did make that mistake too. When you pick out your toothpicks, you have to make sure that you just get regular stock toothpicks. The first time I made this, we had toothpicks in our cabinet, but they were the colored kind, green, red. See, we got that guy. Why did we get him? Because we did not quit, all right? But I picked out toothpicks that had a bunch of colors to them. I stuck them in the chicken Cordon Bleu, put them in the oven. I was so proud. I was beaming from ear to ear, couldn't wait to bring them out. When I brought them out of the oven, I had green coated chicken Cordon Bleu, blue coated chicken Cordon Bleu, red, every color you could imagine. The dye had come out of the toothpicks and went all over the chicken. It was not a very pretty presentation. We ate them anyway, but we never made that mistake again. So make sure you just use regular toothpicks, okay? See, the good cooking shows, they take something like that and they use it as a little bit of filler while they're putting the dish together. All right, we're only gonna do 4 of these today, and then we're gonna make up a few more because our family's large, but you have the idea by watching us do 4 of them. All right, get this last guy. Then we're gonna go to the next thing. It's nice if you have somebody helping you with the next step. And the reason I was having, the first time I did this myself, it was a lot messier when you do it yourself because you're rolling chicken. And I never really enjoy handling chicken anyway. I don't think very many people do. But handling it, then trying to get a salt and pepper shaker, then trying to do all the different things, it's just a real mess when you get to the end to clean it up. All right, we have them rolled up. They're rolled up real nice. They have a toothpick put in them. Now we're going to dip them into the egg wash that we had prepared earlier. All right, and make sure you get the ends, both ends. And now Melinda is going to shake the breadcrumbs. Now, this is the same thing again. You can personalize this. I've already made up 4 of them, and I'm just going to place these in here. And you can see that I put some cream of chicken in the bottom of this. It just helps them from sticking to the bottom, and it gives them a little bit stronger, sweeter taste when you do that. So I like to do that. So here we go. We'll get this second one baptized and sprinkled with the crumbs. All right, there we go. Bingo, bongo, jongo. All right. Good deal, good deal. All right, now, you can see as we're doing this dish, you lose some breadcrumbs down into the bowl. When we get towards the last one, I'll use those breadcrumbs. Well, that's that was an avalanche, we call that in the cooking world. All right, but back to those breadcrumbs. You can, if you want to have them seasoned, you can do that. But I use plain breadcrumbs. I'm kind of boring, and so I kind of choose that over the other ones. But if you want to season it up a little bit more, you can. Remember, everything you do adds or alters. Whoops, stop. I'm just going to use the ones in here. Excellent. I like to keep it a little noisy while I'm cooking. Bam, there you go. See, we've got 8 of them. Now, I'll go over to the sink. Assistant, if you would. All right. I've never had an assistant before. This is awesome. I love it. We have quite a production crew here today. My lovely wife, Melinda, and my beautiful daughter, Hannah, has volunteered to do the videoing for us. And she is doing an amazing job. If you'd give us a couple thumbs up likes, I think we'll repeat another recipe. But this is what we've gotten done. Hannah, if you'll come over here, I just want to explain to them how to finish it up. What you want to do now is take a can of this cream of chicken, and I like to use a long spoon, and a smaller one, as you can see. Open up the can, I take it out, and I spread it on top. Now, if you want more breadcrumbs on yours before you spread that on, you can take what's left in the bowl, and I usually do, and I'll spread it over the chicken just in case you missed a couple spots. All right, so that's real good. And then I'll take and open up the chicken. Cream of chicken. I'll take the spoon. You can see that's why I like a long spoon, and I'll mix it in between here. And it just makes it juicier and allows it, as you begin to bake it, this all loosens up and it spreads out in between there. And then sometimes I'll just take a little bit of water and put it on top of it and just allow it. It won't ruin the taste of it, but it will allow it to be a little bit juicier. When you get done with this and dip these out, we'll show it to you when we bring it out of the oven. You can take the chicken broth that's left too and put it on top if you'd like to do that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'll finish this cream of chicken after the video's over. I'll put a piece of foil over this before I cook it. And when you put the foil over it, be sure you don't push down, or make sure your toothpicks are down far enough that when you cover, you don't poke a bunch of holes in your aluminum foil. So I'll foil it, then I'll put it in the oven, and away we go. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to do a real fast video and show you how to make Sinful Potatoes, because that's my wife's specialty. It is loved by all, and I think you'll enjoy it too. And so we're going to mix that up. We're going to cook this. We're going to bring it out, and we're going to show you all of it on plate. All right, we shall be back.
Use real butter, 1 stick melted, 16 ounces of sour cream, 1 can of cream chicken, and then 8 ounces of shredded, I use mild cheddar. Mix it together real good. Doesn't have to be great because it's all going to melt in good with the potatoes. Now your job is to just get it all mixed in with the potatoes.
Assistant, can you please bring the breadcrumbs?
Yep.
So we dump this in. Spread it out, but leave it kind of rocky looking. Breadcrumbs. You can also use corn flakes. And there you go. In for an hour at 350. All right, it's been an hour. Let's check these out. Here they are. Looks good.
All right, here we go. As you can see, I've already pulled the foil off of them. And now, with matching mittens, I might add, I got these for Christmas, and I love them. There it is. And I always take my digital thermometer. I just want to confirm, especially with chicken. I like it to be about 100. I like 180 just because I don't like to take any chances with it not being cooked enough. And as you can see, this is registering out, or maybe you can't see, but it's registering out as $1.97. First thing I do is I pull all the toothpicks out, because pity the fool that bites into one of these with a toothpick in it. So there we go. They're both out of the oven. We're going to put them on a plate so you can see how pretty they are. Well, there you go. That's our first cooking video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And this is what the final product looks like. We added some green beans to it. You could add whatever other sides you like with it. But we think that you'll enjoy the dinner. Try it out, then put your own personal touch to it. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. Remember, give us 2 likes and we'll try some meatloaf later. See ya.